So this is brand new from Rlaarlo. It's the AM-D12. It's an incredibly good looking RC desert buggy, and I think they got a lot of their inspiration from the Losi Laser Nut, which in my opinion is already a great looking RC car. Now some people really like the fact that companies like Rlaarlo and MJX like to copy some of the more expensive brands out there. Personally, I don't have an issue with it, but there's also some people out there who disagree. Now I've been waiting for Rlaarlo to make a huge comeback after the, let's face it, terrible launch of the AK917, which promised so much but delivered very little. Now the AK917 was supposed to be an easy way for lots of people to cross the 100 mph mark on a very tight budget with very little modification, but it actually required lots of power and handling modifications to make that happen. This made it slightly disappointing and some people felt misled. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail about the AK917, but those of you who ordered one will know about all the issues customers faced with the release of that car. And I think a lot was said and done, which has put a lot of people off Rlaarlo. Anyway, enough about that. We're here to check out the new AM-D12 and just look at it. I think it looks incredible. Now they've done well when it comes to the looks, but is it actually going to perform? Now these are currently selling for $159 or £125, which in my opinion is a lot of RC car for the money. And Rlaarlo are currently offering $20 off if you use the code on the screen. So we're going to take a much closer look at the desert buggy, but first let's have a look at what we get in the box. So let's have a look at the battery first then. Now we've got a 2800 mAh 2S LiPo. This is a 25C. We've got some droop screws and instructions on how to fit them, a USB charger, we've got a cross wrench, we've got some spare hexes and wheel nuts. We've also got some Allen keys and spare body clips, a black and white manual, and as you would expect, you've got exploded diagrams and part numbers at the back. Finally, the transmitter. Now this is a 4-channel transmitter and it's pretty much exactly like the Dumbo RC X4. Now we've got some dip switches there, and as you would expect, we've got our throttle jewelry and steering jewelry. I kind of wish we got a foam grip on the wheel, but it's not the end of the world. Now I actually quite like these, but if you want to, you can use a Dumbo RC transmitter, because the good news is the receiver is pretty much exactly the same as the Dumbo RC receiver, and they will actually bind. Now Rlaarlo have included some extras in the box because this is a review sample, but if you're one of the first 500 to order one of these, you will also get these upgrades for free. And the upgrades consist of a new heatsink with fan, and we've also got some heavy duty metal upgrades. Now I did ask Rlaarlo to send me the gold one because I think this one looks the best. Now what's really cool is they have secured all the body panels to the car using hex hardware. Now let's take a look underneath. I've just removed the 2 body clips. The body is actually hinged. Look at that, that is really cool. Now underneath we have got a proper roll cage. We have an LED light bar up on top there, which I will be firing up in a moment, so we'll see how bright those LEDs are. Now we've got a full-size spare on the back, and that is adding quite a bit of weight to the rear of the vehicle. Some people may like that. I know a lot of people won't. Right, so let's take a look at the electronics first of all then. Now we have got a 2852 3100 kV brushless motor, a 45 amp ESC, which is 2S and 3S ready, a 4.7 kilogram metal geared steering servo, and a standalone receiver, which is pretty much exactly the same as the Dumbo RC. So moving on to the chassis features then. Now we have got oil filled adjustable shocks. They feel really nice, really smooth. We have got a metal chassis. There's no carbon fiber on this one. We have got the new and upgraded drive shafts front and rear, and as you would expect, this thing does have metal gears and ball bearings throughout. I also forgot to mention earlier when we were taking a look at the motor that this thing also has an adjustable motor mount, and that's really cool if you think you may want to upgrade your electronics at a later time. And again, we do have hex hardware throughout. That is very, very nice. Also a decent sized battery tray with a velcro strap. We have got adjustable turnbuckles and a front and rear sway bar, and that is pretty much it. So here we have the LED light bar. They're nice and bright, and they definitely add something to this desert buggy. Now I know what you really want to see is how this thing performs, so first we're going to do a 2S speed test. We're then going to see how fast it goes on 3S, and then we'll give it a quick rip off road. Okay, so first up, let's do the 2S speed test. We'll start the GPS. Let's see what we can achieve. Now what speed are we going to get out of this? It certainly feels very nippy, and this is on 2S at the moment. Those LED lights look really cool. think we're going to see 30 plus, definitely. I'm going to say 35 maybe. Feels really quick. How cool does this desert buggy look? And I really hope this thing turns out to be good when we take it off-road. I think that's where it's going to shine. Right, let's bring this back. Let's see what we got on 2S. Right, so 2S, we're going to stop, we're going to read. Oh, we got a 39. That is a lot quicker than I was expecting. Okay, so next, let's see how fast we can go on 3S. Oh, we're getting some wheelies. 3S has definitely made this beast come alive. This feels a lot quicker. I think we're going to see 50 plus. It definitely feels like 50 plus. Whoa, it's screaming. Now I do wonder how highly this is geared. Oh, another wheelie. High speed wheelies. What a machine. And it is controlled. It's so stable even at speed. Very impressive so far. Full throttle, yes! This thing is rapid. Right, let's bring it back. Are we going to see 50 plus? I really hope we do, because 50 plus on a small car like this is very impressive. Whee! Right, let's see what we got. So we're going to stop and read 53. That is a very good speed considering how much this thing costs. So 53 miles per hour on 3S, that's incredibly impressive. But now I want to see how it performs off-road. Right, let's do a quick off-road test. So next up, I tested this out off-road on some dirt, and let's just say, well, it was super fun. The power was nice on 3S, although it was a little bit mental, which is why I turned it down to 75% on the transmitter. Now this was quite harsh terrain, but those shocks done a really good job at absorbing all of those impacts. And I think with heavy use, this thing could be super durable. Now I don't do skate park tests on my channel, so I won't be doing that, but I'm pretty sure some other channels out there have already done that. Now this is the sort of place I love running my RC cars. If anything, they're made for this sort of terrain. I've never been a huge fan of skate parks. And if you want to see some of those durability tests, well, I'm pretty sure all you have to do is search up the name of this truck on YouTube. Now compared to the AMX-12, the 1/14th scale buggy, this thing is obviously going to be better on a surface like this because of the higher ground clearance and the bigger wheels. I think the buggy is better suited to speed runs and people who are looking to get the most speed out of their RC car. But for me, this desert buggy was so much fun off-road. So there we go then, guys. That was the brand new Rlaarlo AM-D12. Now this thing performed really well on and off-road. I was really pleased with its performance. We managed to achieve 53 miles per hour on the 3S speed test. Off-road, it was also really cool. It was popping wheelies. Those LED lights look really good. And this thing is definitely one of the best looking cars Rlaarlo have made to date. Now I did notice a little bit of cogging here and there, but it wasn't bad enough to stop me from enjoying this truck. At the current price, I think it's an absolute steal. £125 or $159. That's really good value for how much car you're actually getting. And I know the budget RC market now is flooded with good options, but definitely consider this if you're looking for a cheap desert buggy. But the real question here is, was this enough for Rlaarlo to get back some of those loyal customers? Now if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe, make sure you like and you comment down below. Let me know if you think Rlaarlo have done enough, and if you disagree with everything I've said in this video, again drop a comment down below because I love hearing from you guys. Cheers for watching, see you on the next one, take care.